Well, hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Turn 3 Racing Network. As tonight, we're here at Talladega. It is the biggest track on the left turning agenda that the AMA Ohio and Indiana Roofing Pro Cup Sports, and I have messed that all up. Nope, it was right. AMA Pro Cup Esports Series presented by Ohio and Indiana Roofing. Oh my goodness. Words are hard once again. Thank you for joining me so much out here tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is KR Stolfus, and I'm very excited to be here for some speedway racing, some plate racing. These drivers are going to go wheel to wheel, door to door at 200 miles an hour. 45 seconds left in practice here tonight. That is one heck of an opportunity to learn how these cars get around here. Thank you very much for joining me for the Hilton Crafts and Designs 250 race being presented by Tyler Hilton. If you have not done so, check him out on Facebook. Look up Hilton Crafts and Designs. All kinds of great stuff over there. And if you're into little knickknacks, handles, whatever else he makes so much stuff. I can't even. He gave me a list, but it requires reading and listen. We're gonna be honest. I am not doing that reading thing. That is no. But he has got all kinds of stuff over there. So hit him up on Facebook at Hilton Crafts and Designs. We get ready to switch over into qualifying for our drivers here tonight. Hit the track. Thank everyone for joining us here this week. We were off last week due to the storm that was hitting the coast, Hurricane Dorian. We were off last week. All racing was delayed 1 week. There are 4 races left in this. 3 of them will be broadcasted. Unfortunately, scheduling conflicts and having to make up one race being dropped. That was the Dover race. Could have found a way to make it work, just could not make it happen. So we will bring you the next races here as we head up into playoffs. There are 4 races left in the regular season. Hear those broadcasts right here at Turn Racing Network, and then we move in our playoffs countdown to the champion. Right now, 45 machine Doug Miyazaki, he is out on track, running that high line. A lot of drivers out here tonight. All of them put a premium on being as smooth as possible here at Talladega. 27 machine of Darren Bruce rolling out on track. Fan favorite of Miss Linda. We know who you want to win, Miss Linda. 88 of Dale Osmond sitting at the end of pit road for the moment. Dustin Ping in the 1 machine. He's out rolling around, getting up to speed for his qualifying lap. The 11 machine of Demarius Hickenbottom. Right now, he not posted a qualifying time. Times that are posted are a little bit on the slow side. Carry in the 21. That is only because everyone likes to run the high side for the first lap. Their out lap, their first warm-up lap, but then their second lap, everyone will drop down to the bottom. From the bottom, they will try and register lap time. The 21 is Steve Carey for the moment is on pole. Comes around to flying lap. Where this one puts him, he's still holding on to that top spot as several other drivers register their first lap, and now he is going to register his first fast lap, 52.248. That is a good time for him. Doug Wysocki logging in second place, 0.011 seconds behind him. Now, Tyler Hilton taking over the top spot. Demarius Hickenbottom on the top in the 11 machine. Times start to roll in with the drivers. 25 machine of Ricky Harden coming around for the moment. He is in 9th place. And the 25 machine currently scored in 10th. Several other drivers registering their time. The 78 of Rodrigo Loga currently in 3rd. As we like to do here at Turn 3 Racing Network, we're going to step away for the national anthem. No one go anywhere. We'll be right back for our starting lineup.
We take you down onto the track for our opening ceremonies.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise. Please remove your hats.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous flight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as the drivers are starting to take to the grid. Ready, 200 miles. Talladega. A long race. Everyone strap in, hold on tight. Arias Hickenbottom winning our Hilton Crafts and Designs Pole Award in that 11 machine. See if that translates into his first race win of the season. On his outside will be the 3 machine of Doug Johnson. Row number 2 going to be made up of Tyler Hilton in the 52 and the 78 of Rodrigo Loga. Row 3 will be 6 of Chris Mefford and the 21 of Gary. Row 4 will be the 45 of Doug Wysocki and the 1 machine of Dustin. Row 5 will be the 27 of Darren Bruce and the 25 of Ricky All-Star Harden. Row 6 will be 86 of Jerry West, our current points leader, and coming into this race with 4 wins on the season. Looking to be dethroned. Can he magic here tonight? And on his outside, fellow teammate show racing driver for the 48 machine of Josh Spalding. Row number 7 will be the 55 of Steve Baker, and the 94 last race winner, Troy Radford. Row 8 will be the 99 of Dustin German and the 88 of Dale Osmond. Row 9 will be the 19 of Cade Green, the 42 of Chris McCullough. Row 10 will be the 03 of Kenneth McCullough and the 47 of Ray Radford, and that will make up our starting lineup. Tonight, 20 cars taking to the green flag. We'll see Mike Massengill rolling across Picker time to time. Mike dedicating tonight as race control. As always, give a special thank you, Mike, for our drivers, for this broadcaster, always available if I need him. I just want to point out that being a race admin, not getting a race, probably got to be the most painful thing in the world. I can think of no other torture sitting there being an admin. Mike, thank you so much for your dedication here to the AMA Pro Cup Esports Series presented by Ohio and Indiana Roofing. We get ready to go green flag racing here at Talladega as they work their way through the trial of the long wait to the green flag. Demarius Hickenbottom in control of this field. Green flag is out, and we are on the throttle, and away we go. 20 cars getting up to speed. 20 cars rushing to turn number 1. As Demarius has the lead for the moment, the 3 machine of Doug Johnson on the outside all by himself. Does not have a whole lot of help just yet. The 52 of Tyler Hilton right there on the back bumper of the 11 machine. The 46 of Chris Mefford sitting right there as well. 94 laps are on the order of tonight. Lap number 1 currently being led by the 11 machine. Will he have the lead when they come to the start-finish line? Going to be a close one as the 3 of Doug Johnson got the momentum on the outside line, but the 11 does lead the first lap out here tonight, picking up an early bonus point for that. Now the 3 machine, with some help from Rodrigo Loga, is going to charge to the front. Tyler Hilton in the 52 and moved up to the outside. The 3 is going to move down to the inside. He's going to take Rodrigo with him. That is going to leave the 21 of Stephen Carey on the high line without any help. Carey having an opportunity to drop down, but not doing so. Now he is going to do it right in front of Doug Wysocki in the 45. Wysocki gives him room as it is very early here in this 94-lap race. A lot of give and take going on for the moment. We go on board with the 45 of Doug Wysocki, who finds himself in 6th place. Now he's going to make a move to the high side here. 27 machine of Darren Bruce also jumping up to the high side. Got a little bit of momentum. Dirty South Racing on that back grill, hill or bumper, whatever you want to call it, thing. Cars not yet carrying the momentum they need. Get through the corner. Now the 27 does drop down, then back up. So he is trying to make something happen, but Doug Wysocki just not getting to his back bumper to push him just yet. Now the 21 is Stephen Carey. He's going to make a move up to the high side here. Got 3 cars in the middle of the track, 3 cars down on the bottom. Doug Johnson leading the last 2 laps of this race. That 3 machine looking very solid here tonight. All the drivers still within draft range. No one has lost draft from the car in front of them. That means we're still only separated from first to 20th by 3.5 seconds. Now Darren Bruce gets to the back bumper. Stephen Carey gonna charge into turn 1 and 2 way up high. We got one dropping down low. That's the 78 of Loga. Loga having an issue here. He is gonna stay down on the bottom. No fast repairs available for this league. Thought I'd seen a puff of smoke, but I'm not 100% sure. That 78 was very slow down the backstretch. Continues to lose time. However, he is gaining speed, so he has found his throttle pedal, trying to get back into action, but he has lost the draft for the moment. Going to need the help of a caution to get back up with this field. Now the 86 of Jerry West and the 55 of Steve Baker working their way on that outer line. Steve Baker, who just picked up the Modified Division Championship from the AMA Series. Fresh off of that win, here he is, started 13th, wasting no time. He is already into second place. Only took him 6 laps to find the front. Same with Jerry West. Jerry West, who started in 11th place, gonna come around and lead a lap as these two drivers feel their best opportunity is to work together and lead the most laps. As I say, work together, well, Jerry West in the 86 moves to the high side, letting Steve Baker in the 55 take over that bottom lane. New leader, Steve Baker, but Jerry West credited with the lead at the line. Arias right there on the back bumper of Jerry. Working that second lane. Doug Wysocki in the 45 trying to get to their back bumper. Field all strung out for the moment as the 55 moves up to the high side. Both drivers look like they wanted to try and lead a lap, and then maybe having plans to drop to the tail end of this field. That will give the lead to the 21 of Stephen Carey. Aaron Bruce in the 27 machine sitting in second place. Have two distinct lines for the moment, but no challenge for our leader in the 21 machine from the outer lane just yet. Don't take your eyes off of them. They'll start building momentum. They will start charging up through this field. So on aboard with the 27 of Darren Bruce. Aaron started in 9th place, tucked in very tight behind the 21 machine. You got to be very careful of your engine temperatures. Got to keep an eye on that. You do not want to pop your engine here. Very easy to do. Good you quit paying attention to it. Outside lane being led by Steve Baker, starting to build some momentum, starting to work their way up to the front of this field. Once again, they get a huge run off of turn number 2. Steve Baker inside the top 5 now after having led a lap. And Jerry West running right along that wall. 99 machine of Dustin German. Sporting a new paint scheme. Took me a moment to recognize who that was as he's been away for a few weeks. Glad to see that Dustin German has made it out here with us tonight. Running a similar paint scheme to his teammate Jerry West. So that is 4 drivers from the Smoke Show Racing out on track. And it looks like the 55 of Steve Baker now putting his name in the hat for our race leader. Even carrying the 21, staying on the bottom. Baker challenging for the lead. 94 machine of Troy Radford, 4th car in this outer lane. 88 of Dale Osmond right behind him. Radford picking up the win last race over at Charlotte Motor Speedway. That was the All-Star race. It was a non-points paying race. Still, he's coming off of that race win. A little bit of a confidence booster no matter what. Anytime you can pick up a win, it feels great. Steve Baker dropped down. Now they're trying to get the 99 to lead this outer lane as Jerry West gives up the top spot in that outside lane. Even carrying the 21 though, is going to come around and lead another lap. Now 3 drivers from the Smoke Show Racing stable are running that outside lane. See if 3 drivers can carry enough momentum to take on that inside line. Down this Talladega backstretch they go. They do, for the moment, have the lead. And Dustin German going to make the move down to the inside. So Dustin German takes over the top spot. Can he hold on to the lead to the start-finish line and earn him a bonus point? Through the tri-oval, no challenge yet for the 99. Looks like he is going to be able to get it done, and the 99 will lead that lap. That is 3 of our 4 drivers in the SSR who have led a lap. Josh Spalding, the only one yet to lead a lap from that group. Fuel range here tonight, anywhere from 15 to 18 laps. We're starting to see a lot of drivers drop down to the bottom. Good indication that we're going to see some green flag pit stops here. And here comes a nobody, just dropping to the line. Thought we were going to see Darren Bruce in the 27 break for pit road, but he did not. Troy Radford in the 94, all by himself in that outer lane. Dustin German, after taking a few weeks off, finds himself leading the field here at Talladega. Another lap led for him, giving 3 laps in that column. Here comes 2 drivers who have the pleasure of doing another league that they run in, a super speedway league, mind you. They only run plate tracks, Daytona, Talladega, and Daytona 07. That is drivers from the White Trash Racing stable, Kenneth McCullough and Chris McCullough. As they charge to the front, they're going to try and lead their first laps of the race. We do have drivers breaking away for pit stops now. That was the 21 of Stephen Carey, but the 03 for the moment in control of the field as he is going to come around and lead his first lap of the race. So pit stops underway. Stephen Carey leading the charge of a handful of drivers. Everyone into their pit stalls a little cleanly. However, Stephen Carey does have to back it up, and he's backing it up again. Stephen Carey, big time problems for Stephen Carey. That is going to cost him a lot of time as he could not find his pit stall. Stephen Carey is going to be hurting from that one. Here comes the rest of the field as they all break down for pit road. That is everyone else who has not made a pit stop. They all get on the binders. They all get away cleanly, or into pit lane cleanly. Ray Radford joining them as well in that 47 machine. However, I do want to point out the issues of missing your pit stall. The 21 of Stephen Carey has no help. He is a sitting duck, and he is in big time trouble here tonight. Stephen Carey is going to have to overcome this problem. He is probably going to need the help of a caution to do it. Quick pit stops here is the 03 already back out on track. Dale Osmond, a very fast pit stop as well. Right now he is scored in second place. Dustin Ping in the one machine, leading the charge of the drivers who pitted on the first lap, or the first group of drivers that hit pit road. But Kenneth McCullough able to hold on to the top spot as he has got a three-car breakaway. Now Dale Osmond in the 88, he's making a move to the outside, but he has no help as the 42 is going to go with his teammate there. Dale drops back into third place. Steve Baker in the 55 finds himself right now in fourth place, but does not have any drafting help. Trying to get a little bit of a tow off the cars in front of him. His speeds are just a few miles an hour slower. Is not quite onto their back bumper. He will get swallowed up by this next group that is coming around. He did take 4 tires. Well, no, I take that back. That was not a 4-tire stop. But he did spend a little bit more time on pit road in his pit stall than anyone else, maybe hammering out a little bit of damage in that 55 machine. He is rolling around in fourth place. Here comes the 46 of Chris Mefford. Go on aboard with Mefford. Will Mefford pick up the 55 and give him a bump? Looks like he is going to pick him up here. Does not try to pass him. As you can see from this shot, it's very difficult to see the car in front of you. You don't have a whole lot of clue of what's going on. How to use a little bit of your racing feelers. Have a sense of what's going on in front of you. Bedford right now rounding out your top 5. Right now your race leader is the 42 of Chris McCullough, the 88 of Dale Osmond sitting in second. Kenneth McCullough in third, Steve Baker fourth. Rounding out your top 5, as I mentioned, is the 46 of Chris Bedford. A lot of drivers grouped up right here. They are starting to close in on our lead pack. Chris McCullough, our race leader in the 42 machine. We already have had 8 lead changes here tonight. So our top three have enjoyed no pressure. Now looks like the rest of the field starting to catch up to him. Baker gonna make a move to the outside of Kenneth McCullough. Baker has Jerry West with him, moving in that outer lane. Dustin German in the one. I'm sorry, Dustin Ping in the one machine. Dustin German in the 99 made a move as if he was going to go on the outside, then stayed down on the inside lane. Now the field bunches back up. Have two lines battling it out for the top spot. Then all the way back to 13th place, that is the 48 of Josh Spalding. He finds himself 6.5 seconds off of our leader. He has the 52 of Tyler Hilton pushing him, and the 27 of Darren Bruce right there as well. As the 55 of Steve Baker does take over the top spot. Jerry West now moves into second. The one machine of Dustin Ping in third. Dale Osmond in fourth. And rounding out your top five will be the 94 Troy Radford. Chris McCullough falling all the way to 11th with his teammate Kenneth McCullough in the 03 machine. That is 11th and 12th place. Now Jerry West moving up to the high side. So does Steve Baker. Here comes the 11 of Demarius Hickenbottom. He is shot out of a cannon. He is rolling through this field. He is going to try and lead this next lap, but his momentum stalls out through the tri-oval. But Demarius was hard on the charge there. Kidney.org machine of Troy Radford squeezes on by. Alright, so last on pit road, 9 and 8 laps ago. So we're just about halfway through another fuel run. Looking at another set of green flag pit stops. This lead pack consists of 12 cars. 11 of Demarius going to slide into fourth there. Thought about the high side. No one went with him. All 12 cars in this lead pack. Single file on the yellow line. One content so far to ride around. Trying to log some laps. Dustin King has been out front now. He has led 3 laps here tonight. We are quickly taking off our laps here. Do want to check in on Stephen Carey. He has found some help in the 47 of Ray Radford. They are faster as a pair than if they were each on their own. However, they are still about well, I don't know, 5 to 6 miles an hour slower than the rest of the field. Ray Radford running in 18th place. Stephen Carey running in 19th. Rodrigo Loga, the 78 machine, gone behind the wall. Early exit for him. So we started 20 cars. We have 19 out there running. All 19 are on the lead lap. Dustin King is your race leader. Dale Osmond sitting in second place. So on board with our race leader, Dustin King. Looking out the back of this one machine. Starting to see a little bit of separation with some cars at the back of this lead pack. That is now being led by the 55 of Steve Baker. Not sure what had happened to the 55 that had caused him to break away, but he has got his three mates behind him. Ray Radford and Stephen Carey about a half a lap behind this lead group. Everyone continues to cycle around the file. Dale Osmond stalking the one machine of Dustin Ping. 94 Troy Radford sitting in third. Maybe a little bit of fuel saving going on here with these drivers up in this lead pack, as it doesn't seem like they are turning laps as fast as they could. Last time around, Ray Radford, Steve Carey were down at a 50.0 lap time. Once again, they turned a 50.0 lap time. But Dustin King, our race leader, turning a 50.7. And you can see that Josh Spalding in the 48, he is closing in on these guys. Turned a 49.555 last time around. Spalding trying to gain some time here, as the one of Dustin King is going to break away for pit road. So does the three. The three hard on the pit road. Full speed goes the three, and he made up a ton of time there. Doug Johnson with a very aggressive entry on pit road. That will give the lead to the 42 of Chris McCullough. Dale Osmond on the high side by himself. He's fallen to fourth place now. Troy Radford is stuck with him. He's lost a little bit of time here because of that. The White Trash Racing moves up into the top spot. But when will they hit pit road, as their fuel tanks are starting to run dry? The green flag pit stop is going to be taking place once again. But it doesn't look like anyone's going to break for pit road this time. Stephen Carey and Ray Radford pitting together here. And we'll go one lap down. So some fuel strategy coming into play here already. A lot of these drivers were trying just a handful of laps ago. We're running high 50-second lap times. Now we're down in the mid 49s. And a few more drivers braking for pit road. White Trash Racing not going to pit road just yet. Marius Hickenbottom leading the charge of the drivers here to hit pit road. Dale Osmond in the 88 machine on the inside of the 94 Troy Radford. He's going to brake for his pit stall. It's in cleanly. So does Troy Radford. Has to back up. I thought he was in there cleanly. Steve Baker really overdrove it. So did Josh Spalding. But the 42 and the 03, they stay out. I expect to see them in this lap or the next one. They are pushing their tanks to the absolute limit, and here they come down onto pit road. Your race leaders, the final two cars who have not made a pit stop, breaking away this time. Drivers just now getting off pit road, being led by the 88 of Dale Osmond. Marius Hickenbottom in the 11 machine, going to pull up to his back bumper. The 25 of Ricky All-Star Harden. Thought about making a move to the outside. No one went with him. Now Chris Mefford in the 46 is going to move to the high side. Troy Radford for the moment went with him. Now he dives down to the inside. These are drivers that are up to full speed. Chris McCullough and Kenneth McCullough are going to get passed by them as they work their way through 3 and 4, or I'm sorry, 1 and 2, down on the apron. Ricky Harden, your race leader now as he comes around, completes the pass. So Ricky Harden assumes the top spot. Troy Radford moves into second place. Hickenbottom up on the high side there. Mefford gonna join him. We have had another driver pull in behind the wall. That is the 19 of Cade Green. And now Hickenbottom with a run on the outer lane. Gonna try and take over the lead. Has his nose out in clean air. Now this lead pack is of 15 drivers. Josh Spalding in the 48, working with teammate Steve Baker at the tail end of this lead pack. Doug Wysocki in the 45 machine, currently in 16th place, finds himself without any assistance. It is a long wait before Stephen Carey can pick him up in the 21 machine, with the 47 of Ray Radford working with them. Ray Radford, Stephen Carey running 17th and 18th place here. They are trying to catch up to the field. They have a lot of work ahead of them. They are going to need the help of a caution to do it, as this field here now is running at full speed. No one is needing fuel or trying to hit a lap number. Everyone running as hard as they can. The 2 green flag pit stops so far this race. They have been green since drop of the green flag. No cautions so far here tonight. Just under 10 laps away from the halfway point. Aaron Bruce in the 27, dropping down to the inside lane. Jerry West in the 86, leading our last lap. That 11 machine of Demarius Hickenbottom on lap 22 has set the fastest lap of the race at a 48.147. That is flat getting it around this Talladega Speedway. And now the 86 of Jerry West taking over the top spot. Running right there in that middle lane. All four drivers from Smoke Show Racing running first through fourth, nose to tail with each other. Tell me teamwork doesn't work, because here's a good example of it. Those SSR guys finding themselves in the top four. Now we got two groups here. The second group being led by the 46 of Chris Mefford. He has Tyler Hilton all over his back bumper. Hilton trying to push him hard here. Got to be mindful of your temperatures though while you're pushing that hard. Only do it for a handful of laps. Dustin Ping in the one, leading the charge on the inside lane here, trying to topple Jerry West from the top spot. Got the momentum for the moment. Arias on his back bumper, pushing him as well as he can. Aaron Bruce, Dirty South Racing on that hood. Now everyone's starting to get single file once again. Dustin Ping in the one machine. Pitted with Doug Johnson in the three machine. Tale of two different outcomes. They hit pit road at the same time. However, Dustin Ping currently leading this race. Doug Johnson in the three machine all the way down in the 13th spot. Johnson finding himself 1.3 seconds behind our race leader. D. Baker in the 55 making a move down to the inside here. He is going to try and make a pass for the lead. Dustin Ping in the one, falling all the way to 7th place. Shows how quickly your fortunes can change here at Talladega. Down to the tri-oval, Jerry West in the 86 machine working with his teammate Dustin German in the 99. Now Spalding, who has led his first lap, he's going to move to the high side. So all four of the SSR drivers picking up a bonus point for a lap led. Spalding, without a race win on the season, came into tonight 14th place in the points. He is looking for a win to secure himself into the playoff standings. Top 14 drivers will make it into the playoffs. To count for the wins and points. Spalding should be able to make it if this were to end the way it is. Of course, it ends now, he would pick up that win. But he is just barely in on points. Everyone who has a race win inside the top 14 however, that win would help Spalding a lot, relieve a lot of pressure on him. It looks like maybe the SSR guys are going to do what they can to try and get the 48 into victory lane here tonight. It'd be a good team strategy. Whether or not that is the team strategy, I don't know. Any driver at any point in time here has the ability to make a mistake, wipe themselves out, wipe out other drivers. When you're running this close, this many laps, things can go wrong in a hurry. We're at the halfway point here for our Hilton Crafts and Design 250. Spalding continuing to lead. Drivers all single file. We're once again just a handful of laps away from green flag pit stops. One of the first ones I expect to see hit pit road from this group will be the one machine of Dustin Ping. Go on board with our 11th place driver. That is the 88 of Dale Osborne. Osborne, who is running as high as second place here tonight, now finds himself in 11th place. He has moved up, he has moved back, he's moved up, he's moved back, and that is typical Talladega racing. Very easy to find yourself yo-yoing through the field here. Our current top five looks something like this. Spalding, your race leader. Dustin German in second. Jerry West in third. Steve Baker in fourth. All four of those drivers from the Smoke Show Racing stable. And then the 11 machine, our Hilton Crafts and Designs Pole Award winner, Marius Hickenbottom, sitting in fifth place. We'll round out your top five. Got a few drivers hitting pit road this time. That is the one of Dustin Ping and the three of Doug Johnson. They pit together once again. The green flag pit stops getting ready to happen. Our next cycle coming your way. As I mentioned, we have been caution-free here tonight. We have 45 laps to go. We've had 16 lead changes. So far, our average lap time is a 49.32. I tell you, these guys doing an excellent job. A lot of give and take. A lot of consideration. Thoughtful driving being shown out here tonight. No one has really tried to force the issue just yet. But now that our lap counter is on the downhill side of things, that might change. Still have 18 cars out on track. Currently showing 15 on the lead lap. But Stephen Carey, Ray Radford, Doug Wysocki, they have all made pit stops. And here comes the rest of our drivers as they break for pit road. The 99, a German, hard on the brakes, and so was Josh Spalding. Don't know if they got it slowed down enough there as they both had them locked up. The 42 and the 03, though, have continued to show that they can get an extra lap of fuel out of their cars. So Chris McCullough leading for the moment down our long Talladega backstretch. Guys, I expect to see them on pit road this lap, maybe the next one. They are going to stay out for another lap. See if they can catch some of these guys a lap down. See, they blow past the 86 of Jerry West, the 99 of Dustin German. So they continue to cycle around. Have not hit pit road just yet. These two cars running first and second. Troy Radford into 94. Of the drivers who have pitted, he is leading that group. But here comes White Trash Racing. They're going to pit as a team. Head for pit road. Cannot make a mistake here. It has got to be in and out as quickly and as smoothly as possible. Left side tires only for our White Trash Racing duo. Fuel going in. They're down and away with some very quick pit stops. Troy Radford working his way through 3 and 4 onto the front stretch now. This is going to be very close. Oh, as the 46 of Mefford, he's going to have to break away. Maybe a penalty having to be served here by the 46 machine. Now, can Chris McCullough and Kenneth McCullough get up to speed? They are working their way off of the pit entrance, or whatever that's called, the apron. They have been nose to tail here. Troy Radford trying to catch up to him. Radford at full speed. A little bit of an internet connection for Troy Radford. He dropped out for a moment. That will hold that field up just a tick. But yeah, Chris Mefford having to come down pit road in that 46 machine. Looked like he maybe had a 5-second penalty that he had to serve. That finds the 46 all by himself. He is the last car on the lead lap. Doug Wysocki, Stephen Carey, Ray Radford, they're running 16th, 17th, and 18th place respectively. They are all one lap down. But White Trash Racing in control of the field for the moment. They're running first and second. They are a two-car group. Do not necessarily have the same speed as Steve Baker in the 55, who's currently leading this big pack of drivers. Chris McCullough with one win on the season. Wouldn't mind picking up a second one. Kenneth McCullough sitting in 8th place in the points. He is going to find himself without a win so far. So these two drivers if they can continue this trend where they can run a lot of laps by themselves without any pressure, we might see the 42 let the 03 pick up the race win if they are not being challenged by any drivers. But so far they have ran a different strategy than anyone else. They are putting themselves in a position to win this thing with that different strategy, as you see just how long it is taking this big group of drivers to catch up to these two. However, since these two are running out in front, they're trying to drive as hard and as fast as they can. They might be using up a little bit more fuel than they would like to be able to continue on the strategy that they have been using. They have been able to get an extra 2 laps or so on each fuel run. Now they move up to the high side. Looks like they may not be willing to challenge these drivers just yet. Maybe going to step back behind this pack of drivers to try and conserve some fuel. That will give the lead to the 55 of Steve Baker. While this field is out cycling around, we're going to step away for just a minute because somebody forgot his water and needs a drink. I'm not going to name names, but it starts with a K and ends with an R, and we'll be right back after this. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as we rejoin the action. Still green out here at Talladega. The 46 of Chris Mefford finally going a lap down as the field has caught up to him. They are working their way around him. Mefford choosing the high line to let everyone by. D. Baker in the 55 picking up another lap lead here. That will be his 5th lap of the race. Once again, we're looking at about 5 to 6 laps before we kick over into another green flag pit stop cycle. This race has been caution-free so far. It has been a beautiful night out here at Talladega. 74 degrees with a relatively cool track temp of 94 degrees. Marius Hickenbottom, our Hilton Crafts and Designs Pole Award winner, finds himself in second place behind the 55 of Steve Baker. Baker now jumping up to the high lane. Marius staying down on the bottom. Hickenbottom now leading the field. But Darren Bruce in the 27 machine, he's got some help from the 3 of Doug Johnson on that outside lane. Now Demarius trying to block everyone, trying to hold on to that top spot. Steve Baker, though, in the 55 won't allow it. He's going to be down on the inside lane. Darren Bruce in the 27, he is going to come around, and Bruce is going to lead his first lap of the race. A little bit of a shuffle there coming off of turn 4. Darren Bruce took full advantage of it, picked up a bonus point for a lap led. So things looking like maybe they're starting to get a little bit dicey out there. Doug Johnson in the 3 machine, now leading the charge in the outside lane. He has some help from the 94 Troy Radford. Radford sporting the evidence-based mommy on the back bumper of that machine. Tyler Hilton in the 52 is going to follow Radford down to the bottom. Hilton having the Southern Conservation Trust on that machine. But Darren Bruce, continuing to lead, has led for 2 laps now. Field working its way through 1 and 2. We got 2 cars up on the high side right along the wall. That is the 48 of Spalding and the 55 of Baker. But Bruce is your race leader. Chris Mefford in the 46. He is the first car 1 lap down. Should we get a caution, he is in position for the wave around. But at the same time, he is in a precarious position, does not want to create an issue for our leaders. We have 2 cars braking for pit road. That is the 3 of Doug Johnson and the 1 of Dustin Ping. Here comes the 45 of Doug Wysocki and the 47 of Ray Radford. Those 3 drivers hit pit road. Stephen Carey in the 21, dropping down to the apron, trying to get out of the way. Now 2 laps down. Not having a caution here in this race has really hurt Stephen Carey. And that missed opportunity on the very first pit stop cycle. Now we have a huge group of drivers hitting pit road. Tyler Hilton's going to tag Demarius Hickenbottom. Hickenbottom's going to go for a spin to the inside wall. Gets it pointed in the right direction. As they were all heading for pit road, Hilton hard on the brakes, just a little late on it, little later on the brakes than Demarius was. A big contact for the 11 machine. White Trash Racing duo still out there though. So is the 48 of Josh Spalding. Spalding gonna hit for pit road this time. So does the 46 of Mefford. Mefford locking up that right front. And will give the lead to the 42 of Chris McCullough and the 03 of Kenneth McCullough. As the damaged 11 machine starts to roll out, our pole sitter finding trouble here late in the race, trying to get on the pit road. I got to tell you, I think that both those drivers, Tyler Hilton and Demarius, like to have that one back. No fast repairs available in this league. Marius is going to have to deal with that damage as White Trash Racing breaks for pit lane this time. Get on the pit road. Josh Spalding in the 48. Leading everyone that has hit pit lane. Chris Mefford in the 46, first car 1 lap down. Working with the 48 machine. Troy Radford in the 94. He scored in 4th place, but he is the second car of everyone that has made a pit stop. And Dale Osmond currently rounding out your top 5. Chris McCullough and Kenneth McCullough down on the apron. Starting to get up to speed. But Josh Spalding looks like he's got some momentum and got the help. He might be able to get around them here. They go through turns 3 and 4. So Spalding's gonna stay behind the White Trash Racing duo. They pigmently challenged, started, waste. I don't know what the politically correct term should be for the White Trash Racing team. But the 42 and the 03 back out front. This lead pack of 5 cars finds itself with an 8-second lead. Now make it 9 seconds to the one of Dustin Ping, who is in 6th place. Doug Wysocki in the 45. He is 1 lap down, but he is the second car in this pack of drivers. The 3 machine of Doug Johnson pitted at the same time, all well as Doug Wysocki and Ping. Now Ping gonna move to the high side here. Doug Wysocki going to take over leading the charge for this group of drivers. But up front, we have a lead change. Chris McCullough in the 42 has moved to the high side. Kenneth McCullough in the 03 going to take over the lead. We go on board with the 94 of Troy Radford. Mefford working hard to get his lap back the hard way, but should he get out in front of our leader, there's no way he could pull away from him. So either way, Mefford in desperate need of a caution. our top 5 now have a almost 10-second lead over the second group of drivers. See, they're working their way off of turn number 4. Our leaders going through the tri-oval. Laps starting to wind down here. This could be a race that is settled between these 5 drivers. We'll see one more pit stop. Keep in mind, we do have green-white checkered attempts as 03 is going to move to the high side. He's going to let the 48 of Spalding take over the top spot. At the same time, Chris McCullough makes a move to the high side. He's going to use that draft. He really closes up very quickly to the 03's back bumper. They're going to get hooked up. And just like that, in the course of a straightaway, the 42 is going to go from 5th to 2nd. Working with his teammate, they are going to take over the top spot. And that is a beautiful example of teamwork. As now the 03 and the 42 continue to hammer out some laps out front. Now they have been on a different pit strategy than the rest of the field. How this is going to play out for them, I still have not been able to figure it out just yet. Having that extra fuel that they've been able to get can only mean a shorter time on pit road. But with the way these drivers have been spread out, the way everyone has been racing, it's hard to tell if you need to worry about a green-white checkered or not. That is something that these drivers have to keep in the back of their mind. Nobody can make it on fuel from here. In fact, we're about 8 laps away from starting our next green flag pit stop cycle. So the 03 out front, 42 sitting in second. Spalding from Smoke Show Racing, who is in need of a win, for the moment is inside the cutoff for the playoffs. Good points run here would be of benefit to that 48. A win would be of better use for his points. Of course, no one would ever turn down a win. The 48, as I mentioned earlier, 14 drivers making it into the chase. Everyone that has a race win is inside the top 14. Josh Spalding finds himself 14th place in the points, so he would make it into playoff contention as things are for the moment. A win would go a long way for the 48. A win would go a long way for the 03 as well. He does not have one on the season. Kenneth McCullough is still trying to find a way to win this race, continuing to work with his teammate Chris McCullough. Troy Radford in the 94 machine. He is sitting in 4th place with Dale Osmond right on his back bumper. These two drivers each have a win on the season. Unfortunately for the 94 Radford, he finds himself 15th place in the points without a win in the points races. Now Radford did pick up the All-Star event 2 weeks ago, giving him a big boost of confidence for sure, but needing a win maybe more so as things sit than Josh Spalding in the 48 machine. But if Troy Radford can just come out with a good points run here tonight, might be able to gain on Cade Green, who was sitting in 12th place. Cade Green being scored in 19th place with an early exit here tonight. The 42 is going to make a move to the high side. Going to let the 03 get up front. Now the 03 is going to slide up in front of him. We've seen these two drivers work this move time and time again. They've done it more than once, so I feel that it is a planned move here. They try and break the momentum of that inside lane, and it is working to perfection. You can see just how well it has worked. It has allowed these two drivers, should that have been the white flag lap, you can see they would come down to the start finish line without any challenge for the lead. Spalding, though, closing back up to him once again. Doug Johnson, Dustin Peen, these drivers be the first two to hit pit road here in just a lap or two. What could be final stops of the race. Johnson gonna break for pit road. Johnson all by himself now. That is not what he wanted to see. Dustin Peen gonna try and ride around for another lap. So Doug Johnson hitting pit road all alone. Our green flag pit stop cycle has started once again in what could be the final stop of the race. Our top 5 drivers all sitting right here. There's 6 cars in your frame. Chris Medford, the first car, 1 lap down. He could be a factor in this as to how that would be. It would mean, who does he decide to run behind at one point or another? Will he maybe step away in the final few laps? Let these drivers settle it amongst themselves? No one would fault the 46 for going as hard as he could for as long as he could. But for the moment, our top 5 drivers, no one looking like they're going to make a move for pit road just yet. 46 is going to break for pit road. The 94 breaks for pit road. Dale Osmond joining them as well. So Dale going to be the 3rd driver there to hit pit road in this group. Josh Spalding in the 48 going to try and run another lap. Spalding's tank starting to get a little bit drier than the White Trash Racing duo, the 42 and the 03. We now have 10 laps to go as the field is starting to blend. Doug Wysocki in the 45. Big moment there. I don't know. I think Doug thought everyone would go around him on the outside, but Chris McCullough said, no, I want this inside lane. And now Spalding, no commitment to pit lane just yet. Steve Baker in the 55. He's going to move to the high side. He's going to let the 42 and the 03 go on by. These top 3 cars trying to navigate drivers who have hit pit road already. Spalding running his tank as long as possible, trying to keep up with the 42 and the 03. This race is anyone's bet as to what is going to happen. Steve Baker making a move on teammate Josh Spalding here to the outside. He's going to go. Spalding's going to have to hit pit road this time. And so does White Trash Racing of Chris McCullough and Kenneth McCullough. Spalding with a very excellent entrance onto pit road. Kenneth McCullough a little bit more conservative that time. It looks like maybe Spalding trying to wiggle some fuel into his tank. He continues on. The Spalding into his pit stall. Fuel only for these drivers, just enough to get to the end, I would imagine. The 48 is going to break off of pit road now. Here comes Chris McCullough, and the 48 is going to take over the top spot. Ooh, as he spins the tires, that's going to cost him some time, and that will allow Chris McCullough in front of him in the 42. Kenneth McCullough in the 03, though, he stays behind the 48. This is first, second, and third. Troy Radford in the 94 as the caution flag is going to come out as the 45 of Doug Wysocki's slow, and this is going to change everything. Wysocki just getting hooked as we go to our replay here by the one of Dustin Ping. Sliding up the track, unfortunately just breaking the racing surface and bringing out the caution. And man, this is really going to change the dynamic of the race, as we have had a caution now for the first time, and it comes out with 8 laps to go. Your race leader is Chris McCullough. Oh my word, how is this gonna play out? "31 lead changes, 7 laps to go. Pace car out on track to slow the field down for the first time since we started this race. And we'll see here just how this works out. But man, got a feel for the 45 of Doug Wysocki, who was running hard as he could for as long as he could. Unfortunate bump there as they headed into the corner. So this will catch everyone up to our leaders, reset the field. 46 of Chris Mefford getting the wave around. That is going to be good news for him. There might be just enough laps left for him to do something with that. All right, let's see if we can't get a few words in with some of our drivers out there tonight. Let's talk to our race leader. That is the 42 of Chris McCullough. Chris, you got your ears on, my friend?
10-4, I got a copy.
Man, oh man, that 42 and the 03, you guys have been working so hard, so good, for so long. It looked like this race was going to go all the way to the end. The caution comes out. How does this change your plans?
I mean, it's pretty much the same. Want to stick with Kenny and try to stay up front now. We really hated to see that. We had such a big lead there, but it is what it is.
Well, you guys have been working well together. We've seen you pretty much running nose to tail with each other. At times you're leading, at times the 03 is leading. Are there any team orders to try and get one driver over another the win, or is it just let's win this thing?
Here at White Trash Racing, Alabama is our home state, and this is our home track. So we're just here to win. One of us win. I mean, Kenny needs to keep points, but It's Talladega. There's no telling what's going to happen here on this restart.
All right, Chris. Well, man, what a spectacular job you have done so far. Hopefully you can bring it home in one piece here. These cautions tend to breed caution. So good luck to you, my friend. Any shout outs or thank yous you'd like to give while you have a chance?
Got to thank my teammate. We've had a plan coming in just to be conservative and have a clean car at the end and make sure we have good pit stops. So it worked out. I got to thank you for the broadcast. This is going to be a quick one, it looks like, for you. But, and everybody out here, it's been fun racing. It's nice to be able to go greens for so long.
All right, that is Chris McCullough, driver of White Trash Racing in the 42 machine. That's a quick little interview. Thank you very much for that, Chris. We that up here. Now let's see if we can't talk to, I don't know. Who do we want to talk to? We have a moment. Anyone watching in YouTube would like an interview with a driver, speak now or forever. Can't get Darren Bruce. Try and get a quick word in with Darren Bruce. I feel like we have never talked to him. Darren Bruce, this is KR up in the broadcast booth. You got your ears on, my friend?
Yes, sir, I do.
That 27 machine right now finds itself in 4th place. You've been running up front and kind of in the middle and up front and then back in the middle. How do you feel your chances are of winning this race here tonight?
Right now, where we sit now, I got just as good a chance as anybody, but so does a dozen other guys out here.
What do you think it's going to take for that 27 to make the right moves and find its way into victory lane?
You just got to pick the right place to go, pick the right person to follow, and hope the right person follows you. Just a lot of luck involved, too.
All right, Darren. Any shout outs or thank yous you need to give real quick before we let you go and focus on finishing this race?
Yeah, I'm going to give a shout out to the Dirty South Racing team and Reggie Evans and Trent Robinette and Wesley Whitfield. Them guys, we work together a lot, and my wife for letting me do this. Thank you, Leah.
Very kind that your wife let you do this. All right, that is the 27 machine of Darren Bruce. Darren's feeling like he's got a shot at it. So does everyone else now that that yellow came out. See how it plays out. That caution looks like it lost the 48 of Spalding. Spots was up there with Chris Kenneth. They are going to restart on the front row here. Spalding all the way back in place as the lights go out on the pace car. Be taking the green flag with 3 laps to go. White Trash Racing locking out the front row for this start. Chris McCullough in the 42 electing the inside lane. Kenneth McCullough in the 03 start on the outside. No corners other than White Trash Racing needs to win home race. Kenneth McCullough, though, not having a win on the season, would love to pick up a win. Dustin King in the 1 machine. Restart second row inside. Darren Bruce in the 27. Second row outside. Neither of those drivers has a win on the season. both inside the top 14 in the points. Win would be a comfort to them. Solid points night here. Be the next best thing for them. Tyler Hilton in the 52, going to restart inside row number 3. Hilton trending the wrong way heading into playoffs. He has fallen. A 48 of Josh Spalding, just able to stand for the moment in the top 14. A lot of desperate and hungry drivers here tonight. How is this going to play out? 3 more laps in our scheduled distance. Keep in mind, we do have a handful of green-white checkers. The green flag is going to come out. Chris and Kenneth McCullough going to work together very quickly. By the time they got past the start-finish line, they were single file, bumper to bumper. They are wasting no time in this situation trying to work together. The one of Dustin Ping, though, he's going to make a move to the outside. Darren Bruce does not go with him for the moment. Now Bruce makes the move to the outside. Down this Talladega backstretch they go. White Trash Racing fighting for a home race win. Everyone else fighting potentially for a playoff spot. Chris McCullough in control of the field. Dustin Ping in the 1. Now on the outside, starting to gain a little bit of momentum. Here comes the 52 of Tyler Hilton. He's going to move up to the outside. 2 laps to go this time around. Hilton way up to the high side. Ping going to try and make it 3 wide. Here comes Josh Spalding in the 48. He's going to make a move to the outside. Now he's running in the middle lane. He's got some help from the 21. I'm sorry, that's the 94 of Troy Radford. It looked like the 21 of Stephen Carey. I apologize. As the 55 of Baker is going to go around. The 3 gets turned upside down. The caution flag is going to fly. We're going to have another restart. As Doug Johnson is going to end up hard into the wall, upside down, and heavily damaged. As we go to our turn 3 replay here, the 1 of Dustin Ping all over the back bumper of Steve Baker. Baker's going to get turned, collecting the 27 of Darren Bruce, the 88 of Dale Osmond involved. Jerry West in the 86. Wastes no time getting hard on the brakes. And Dale Osmond gonna lose his nose in the situation here. We go on board with Dale Osmond. He moved up to the high side here. Goes airborne as he ping-ponged off of Doug Johnson in the 3. Take another look at it. Tyler Hilton involved in the 52. Product of hard racing, and as I said, cautions breed cautions, and this is why everyone knew to come down just a handful of laps. Everyone trying to get everything they could. And it has gone wrong for a few drivers. Good news for the 21 machine, Stephen Carey. He's going to get a wave around. He is finally going to get back on the lead lap, as he has been struggling to do that all race long. So a lot of torn up race cars. Chris Mefford in the 46 who got the wave around on the previous caution finds himself in 10th place. Tyler Hilton just got caught up in that one. A little bit torn up in that 52 machine. He's going to be hurting for speed. That back spoiler all pointed in the wrong direction. '55 is Steve Baker, who got turned there by the one and Dustin Ping. Able to continue on. Doug Johnson in the 3, though, heavily torn up. I think his night is done. He has gone behind the wall. Dale Osbin in the 88. Not sure if he's going to be able to continue either, as we saw that engine go up in smoke. Hilton and Baker going to hit pit road once again. Ray Radford in the 47 being worked on. So is the 88. Let's see if we can get a quick word in with the driver of the 94 machine. That is Troy Radford, finding himself in 4th place for the moment. Troy, you got your ears on, my friend?
I do. I'm still recovering, though, because I think I saw somebody die behind me there.
I think more than one person died behind you. However, that 94 machine, kidney.org, evidence-based mommy, finds itself in a 4th place for our first attempt at a green-white checkered. I gotta know, how do you feel your chances are of winning this thing?
You know, it's always such a crapshoot here. I felt like my chances of winning were a heck of a lot better before that caution came out. You know, we really had executed coming on and off pit road on that, you know, every pit stop of that last one. We nailed coming off pit road, so it was definitely going to be me, Katie, and Mefford up there, you know, front 3. I think Mefford was a lap down, but we would have been right there in the front 3. So I really liked our chances there. Here, it's really tough. There's still some decent cars out there, not a whole lot of damage. You know, it's Talladega. We're going to give it everything we got here and hope we can make it.
Well, man, that 94, you didn't have high hopes coming into this race, but here you are still running inside the top 5. Still got to feel good, but man, looking at your point standings to make the playoffs, just this race plus 3 others, find yourself 15th in points. Do you feel that you need to risk it all for a win, or maybe settle for a good points night here in what would be considered a wild card race?
You know, it's pretty dang close to a must-win. I wouldn't say it's exactly there, but it is dang close to a must-win for me. I still think I can get up there and points my way in over the next 3 races. I've been running strong here lately, but I just need a little bit of luck here, you know, get a win and then not have to worry about it.
All right, man. Well, the Ford butt stain in front of you, the lights have failed, so it's going to have to hit pit road this time. So before we let you go, any shout-outs or thank yous you'd like to give?
You know, a big shout-out to lead sponsor, Ohio and Indiana Roofing Company. Thanks for them coming on board, doing what all they do. Tyler and Mike running everything, and of course you doing that. You know, you guys are definitely an awesome group, and I mean, heck, what other leagues? You don't see a whole lot of leagues out there making 80 laps of green flag runs at Talladega. So, you know, a lot of talented drivers out here. So big shout out to everybody for putting on the show that they have today.
All right, Troy. Well, good luck to you, man. Hopefully we'll talk to you in the post-race show.
Thank you, sir.
Troy Radford driving the 94 machine. Restart 2nd row outside here. Guys, oh man. I'll tell you what. racing thing. It is a thinking man's game here at Talladega. White Trash Racing going to start nose to tail. Josh Spalding in the 48. Looking to be spoiler for those three machines. Bradford feeling the crunch of trying to make it into the playoffs. Pace car making its way onto pit road. Here we go. The final restart of the race. Chris McCullough in the 42, keeping the field in check. Kenneth McCullough going to be right behind him. Teammates working together. Got to believe they're counting it down when they're going to get on the throttle. There they go. They go off like a shot. Working together in tandem. The 48 of Spalding can only watch as Troy Radford can't get to his back bumper soon enough. White Trash Racing 1 and 2 as they head into turns 1 and 2. Spalding now trying to catch up to him. He's going to be able to use the draft. He's going to generate a run down the backstretch because of that. Who's it going to be down the backstretch? Will we see the white flag this time? McCullough on the inside of Spalding in the 48. Troy Radford in the 94. Dustin Pink pushing there as well. 3 cars on the outside lane. 2 cars on the inside. Radford making a move to the inside here. He's going to try and get around Spalding. Chris McCullough can see the white flag by the flagman. Will this be it? Will they hit the line before a caution flag comes out? And they will. The 42 of Chris McCullough. White flag, final lap, final time around here in Talladega for the Hilton Crafts and Design 250. Now, will it be determined between teammates? Can Troy Radford use some momentum and steal this race win? He's going to make a move to the outside. He's got Spalding with him. Here comes the 99 of Dustin German with the 86 of Jerry West. They're going to go 3 wide. Smoke Show Racing trying to work together to work through that third lane. Nothing there for them. They're going to get taken out. It's going to be a crash. Spalding gets wrecked. Here comes the 42 of Chris McCullough. Troy Radford, though, with the momentum on the outside. Now he's going to tuck in. And it is going to be the 42 of Chris McCullough picking up the race win. The 03 of Kenneth McCullough coming home second. Troy Radford finishing in 3rd place. What a wild last lap that was, as Smoke Show Racing tried to spoil it using that 3rd lane, only to find trouble when they got there. The 42 of Chris McCullough, though, gonna pick up his 2nd win of the season. Kenneth McCullough playing teammate, pushing the 42 to the win. Man, oh man, what a wild 250 laps that was. Ooh, I am going to catch my breath. I'm going to set up this post-race show, guys. No one go anywhere. We'll be right back as we watch celebrations from Chris McCullough. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to our Turn 3 Racing Network post-race show. As White Trash Racing finishes 1 and 2, celebrate with a gentle nose touching between our first and second place finisher. But man, oh man, we're gonna start this off by talking to Chris McCullough, picking up his second win of the season. Chris, congratulations on the race win here tonight.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Couldn't have done it without Kenny.
Well, at 42 in the 03, we saw you guys really start working together in the last half of this race, started planning things out. Even though I said the last half, you guys pitted together, you found a way to get a lap more than everyone else, 2 laps more than everyone else under your green flag pit stops. And here you are in victory lane, man. Tell us what was going on out there and what it took to get this 42 out here in victory lane.
It just took having somebody that's on the same game plan 100%. Me and Kenny has worked together a long time at restrictor plates, and we've got it down to a science. We were able to ride in the back and save enough fuel so we could pit an extra lap over everybody else so we can get clean pit stalls, and it paid in our favor. When we're hooked up, we can go, so we had no doubt we can get to the front when we wanted to, so it just paid off to just sit and ride and wait for our time.
Well, at 42, you mentioned clean pit stalls. Now I'm looking at this 42 machine not having a scratch on it, so that looked like an excellent strategy here tonight. Nice job on the race. You had to go through a couple restarts there at the end. How much did your blood pressure rise with all that yellow come out? Not only the first time, but the second time as well.
Yeah, the first time was a little stressful because it was 3 of us had a pretty nice breakaway with Josh Spalding, and it was going to be fun running to the end there. The second one I felt a lot better about because Kenny was lining up third, and with me controlling the restart, we had a big advantage there. And I immediately felt better when when Kenny said, "Hold your lane, I'll push you to the end." I immediately felt better.
Well, the 42 picked up its second win of the season, heading into just now 3 races left in the regular season. You steer your chances into the playoff with the win you got earlier this season. What does the second win do for you?
Well, I mean, it's good. It just shows you our prowess when it comes to super speedway racing. You've seen us a lot out here, so you know what we can do. I wish I could have been pushing Kenny though, so he could lock himself in. He's hasn't had the best of luck all season, but he's got some good points today, and we'll try to get him in going forward.
All right, Chris. Well, once again, any shout outs or thank yous you'd like to give?
Yeah, I got to thank you for doing the broadcast. I got to thank the admins, Tyler, Mike, Steve. They do a great job. This league is the best league I run. It's really hard to find leagues that you can run green flag as much as we do and race as hard as we do. All the drivers out here, they do a heck of a job. So, hats off to them, and thanks again, KR.
That is your race winner, Chris McCullough, in the 42 machine, picking up his second win of the season. Congratulations, man. Job well done. Now we'll move on to his fellow teammate in White Trash Racing. That is the 03 of Kenny McCullough. Mr. McCullough finishing second here tonight. Good points haul for you as you're inside the top 14 in points, but that win still eludes you. However, you decided to push your teammate to that win. Tell us a little bit about your thought process there.
I don't know, man, but the race overall was pretty badass, and you do a hell of a job there, KR. Me and Christopher had a plan, just a green flag drop, and we stuck with it, and it worked out at the end.
I can't say that it didn't work out because you guys did finish 1 and 2. That 03 and the 42. We saw you guys making a few moves coming off of turn number 2 that would break the momentum. Kind of was hoping we'd see that work on the white flag lap. That didn't pan out. So I gotta ask now, was that a planned move that you guys were doing? Was it something you were trying out in hopes that you could use it on the white flag lap?
Yeah, it was something we've been trying, and we executed it just right. That's for sure.
And nice job bringing it home in second place. Like I said, a good points haul for you here tonight, helping secure yourself inside the top 14 in points. And with all of our race winners still sitting in the top 14, your chances of making it in on points look good. However, looking forward with 3 races left, is there a track you have circled that you feel you have a shot at winning more than the others?
I'm hoping all 3 of them. If I had it my way, that's for sure. Um, I'm pretty decent at all of them, so I just give it everything I got.
All right, well, the 03 running a very patriotic paint scheme here tonight. So I got to ask, is this one that you've had made? Is it one you made? Where did this come from?
Nah, it was I got it off Trading Paints. I started running it on 9/11, so give it a tribute out there to everybody.
It looks very awesome. It has been my favorite paint scheme of the night. Love the Constitution and the American flag on a car. I always think they look very good. So, Mr. McCullough, any shout outs or thank yous you'd like to give while you can?
Yeah, I'd like to thank you, man, for the good job you do, and AMA for putting these good races on. And you got to thank Christopher, because without a good teammate, you ain't nothing here.
All right, that is Kenny McCullough finishing here tonight in second place, doing a wonderful job pushing his teammate to the win. Now it's time to talk to our third place finisher who did not get the memo of staying in his car, but we'll let it slide because Troy Radford, you didn't expect to even finish this thing past lap 5.
Hey, I never do at the super speedways, man.
Well, maybe
Yeah.
never do is too harsh of a word because now you can't say never, as here you are finishing third place tonight.
Yeah, that's all you can ask for. I mean, I had a shot at the win. I mean, if the caution hadn't come out, we were all going to be. I think we are going to have 4 or 5 cars right there together, and me, Tyler, and Chris were going to have momentum on the guys coming off pit lane. So I think we would have stood a real good shot at winning had it stayed green. But you know it again. Ran up front, didn't get in wreck, finished third. That's all I can ask for out of a super speedway.
Well, finishing third here at Talladega is going to be a good points boost to you. However, coming into this race, you found yourself outside the top 14 points. Now you're just barely able to say maybe you got a shot at making it in on points. What do you feel it's going to take to get into the playoffs here for the AMA Pro Cup East?
It's just going to be execution. You know, I haven't made all the races. I think I've missed 2 races. So that's hurt me a little bit. And then on top of that, you know, start off the season, I just had some absolutely horrible luck to start the season and got wrecked out of a couple of them early on. And, you know, so I'm just kind of trying to scramble to get back there. I think looking at the points right now, I'm now 1 behind Josh Spalding. It's kind of a tough way to end the race there because me and Josh are both fighting for that last transfer spot. And, you know, he's such a talented driver. It's really hard just because, you know, it's not like you're trying to beat a scrub out there to get that last spot. So, you know, we're going green. I've got Josh in front of him. And, you know, he knows the points. I know the points. And ain't neither one of us going to push the other when it comes down to that. So we were kind of scrambling a little bit there, but you know, you got the 2 McCulloughs lined up. I couldn't really do anything. My teammates got involved in that last wreck, unfortunately. So I just didn't have anybody help push me. But looks like I'm currently 1 point out right now. So me and Josh are real tight together.
All right, Troy. Well, man, good points all for you. Hopefully, you're able to continue this momentum you have. You won the All-Star event at Charlotte 2 weeks ago, finishing third here, starting to trend in the right direction as you head into the playoffs. Want to get hot? Now's the time to do it, man. So hopefully you can pull it off as next week head to a short track. Here was a super speedway. How do you feel your short track style will?
Honestly, short track, I think I'm going to be real good. Sure, I tend to run better on short tracks than I do on the super speedways and the bigger tracks. So looking at the rest of the season, we got Texas, Dover, and Myrtle Beach. Dover and Myrtle Beach are both very, very strong tracks for me. So I think I'm going to have something for the win there. Texas is always hard because I know the boys with Spalding and Baker and German and Jerry West, they're always so good at Texas. So they're going to be hard to beat there. But I think Dover and Myrtle Beach, I'm going to cross those. And on top of that, with Dover, we got the evidence-based Mommy 200. So we might put in a little extra work that week.
All right, man. Well, Troy, before we let you go, any shout outs or thank yous to give?
Right now, give a big shout out to Evidence Based Mommy. Of course, that's a parenting blog. If anybody out there is looking for any help or ideas with parenting, I know little kids can be tough. Check out evidencebasedmommy.com. There is a hyphen in between. And right now, she's actually just started a course on reactive parenting. I'm just really, really working on, how we react as parents. So, if you're a parent looking for a little bit of help, definitely check it out.
All right, Troy. Well, once again, congratulations on third place, man. Nice job out there tonight.
Hey, thank you, sir.
All right, guys, that was our top 3 finishers. And wow, what can be said about this awesome race here tonight? Saw these guys go green flag for almost all of the race. Came down to the final 6-7 laps. Caution came out. We had 3 laps to go once they took the green flag the first time. Then we saw a caution happen before they came around for the white flag. So we got a green-white checkered attempt. But Chris McCullough outlasted them all. Picked up the race win here tonight. What an outstanding race was. Nothing left but the results here tonight. As I mentioned, McCullough picking up the race win. Teammate Kenneth McCullough finishing in second. Troy Radford rounding out your top 3. We got to hear from all 3 of our podium finishing drivers. Thank you so much, guys, for sticking around for that post-race interview. Dustin Ping gonna finish in 4th. Dustin German in the 99 machine will round out your top 5. Chris Medford, who was 1 lap down, found a way to finish in 6th place. So nice recovery from him. Stephen Carey also struggling all race long in that 1 lap down category. Brings it home in 7th after getting back on the lead lap. Marius Hickenbottom, our Hilton Crafts and Designs Pull Award winner, bring it home in 8th place after a recovery from an incidental contact on the pit road. Harry West finishing 9th. Tyler Hilton will round out your top 10. Steve Baker will finish in 11th place. 12th will go to Darren Bruce. Josh Spalding, who was battling for the win, coming to the white flag, ends up in 13th place. Dale Osmond in the 88 machine, finding himself 14th place. First car unable to finish, 7 laps down. Doug Johnson taken out in the same incident with Dale Osmond. He will finish in 15th place. 16th going to Ray Radford. Doug Wysocki finishing in 17th place. 18th will be Ricky Harden. Cade Green 19th. And our first victim of the night, Rodrigo Loga, finishing in 20th spot. And as always, I mentioned at the start of the show, special thank you to Mike Massengill for being our race admin out here tonight. So guys, thank you so much for joining me out here. I hope everyone enjoyed the show. I know I enjoyed the race very much. What we saw here tonight was some outstanding driving by all of our racers. Guys, hopefully I will see you next week at Texas Motor Speedway for 250 miles, 167 laps. We're nearing end of our regular season. Just 2 weeks left, 3 races involved. We will be broadcasting Texas Motor Speedway and Myrtle Beach, both of those kicking off on Thursday nights right here at Turn 3 Racing Network, 8 p.m. Central. Don't miss out. Until then, guys, Have a good night, and thank you so much for joining us.
The most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic real world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $100,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.